Welcome to River City Live. We have a great show lined up.
Like how to prevent snoring.
Plus, the biggest summer blockbusters are in theaters, and we're going to tell you what you need to see.
That and so much more. River City Live starts now.
Now, celebrating all things cool in Jacksonville, a local show with a spotlight on the 904, with hosts Eden Kendall and Mark Payton, featuring amazing stories from every neighborhood with Rance Adams. This is River City Live.
Happy Monday and welcome to River City Live. Nobody here has a case of the Mondays, right? Everybody had a good weekend. It was Mother's Day.
I'm charged up today.
I am too.
I mean, I got a good rest, some good energy after a weekend long of mom chores.
Oh, wait, what does that mean? That you did chores that normally Mama would do?
I mean, I do contribute. We never got to that subject last week about dads helping around the house. So I do contribute, but I took it on this weekend.
Took it to a next level?
Oh, my goodness. So I'm glad to be back at work.
That's what I was going to say. In a way, that's what it is.
I'd like an example. Give us 3.
You know how you wanted the Mr. Kendall to do 10 loads of laundry?
Yes.
I did 5. I actually washed, dried, and folded. No ironing this time.
Okay.
And then I did the yard work. That was kind of for me, but, you know, that's still for the house. Detailed the car.
Nice.
Woo! That was the whole day right there.
I like it. You're earning your keep. So overall, you delivered, right?
Oh, yeah. And the reward was, thanks, hon. All right, I'll take it.
It's about her, though. It's about her.
You gotta thank you.
And what about your weekend, Mommy?
It was fun. So what I wanted to do most was see Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And both kids took me to the movies. So it was just the 3 of us. The man was over at the, Players, like he is every day during that week. So we went and saw that, which I know we're talking about the summer blockbusters coming up later on in the show today, but if you loved Galaxy, the first one, Guardians of the Galaxy, this one will not disappoint. It was really great. Great music, very cute Chris Pratt stuff in there.
Did you get to call it a date, like you're a voucher?
That was I said we had a movie date. Whatever. It was a movie date. So
Did the kids like it too, though?
They did. They both
good.
liked it a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
That's important because whenever you go to a movie, sometimes it's not for everybody, but this one sounds like it's just as good as the first one. The first one was a blockbuster, so it's nice that they delivered the second time around.
It was great. And then did a couple of Spartan races, which are my hobby. So these over the top, you jump over walls and crawl under barbed wire. And
there we go.
Jumping over a wall.
So here's my question to you. Do you have anything to show for it?
Like a medal, a trophy, a medal?
Keep going.
I got battle wounds.
Battle wounds? Okay, as a matter of fact, I do.
Boom.
Wow. Yeah.
So these Spartan races, they aren't just a race. This is like some serious physical activity.
There's obstacles, yes. So they have one on Saturday. Well, the one in Palm Coast this weekend was on Saturday. That was the Super, which is a little bit longer. And then the sprint version was Sunday. So we did both.
What's the difference?
The difference is miles and obstacles. Okay. So one had more miles and obstacles than the other.
So here's a question. When is your next one, and will your wounds heal by that time?
I don't know. We're looking at the calendar because they're all over the place. You have to travel usually. So when it comes here, that's why I did 2 days, because it's like it's so close.
Yeah.
So this is my thing. Like when it comes to those kind of things, like I always say, I'm never going to run a marathon, and but. Why do you do it? Because there's no monetary gain. I'm just curious.
It's not about the money for these things.
No, it's the opposite. It's quite the opposite. It's you pay.
I know. So I'm like, well, why don't you just kick back and relax on Mother's Day?
I don't know. That doesn't sound fun to me at all.
That's cool.
Well, what I like about it, though, is the variety. Like, to me, when people run, there's no variety in that. And after, I'd say, a mile, let's be honest, after about 100 yards, I'm like, I just don't get this anymore. But with this, there's a variety. And I feel like, too, there's more camaraderie. Like, you could talk to people when you're running. Yeah, you shut people down. So I like that. And then every obstacle, you're testing different muscles. And to me, I think that's the way to go.
But this was from all of this stuff that we just showed you. That's from crawling under barbed wire.
Yeah, okay, so that's the first time. That's the first time I saw that in person, because I've been seeing the screenshots like everybody that's watching now. It looks worse in person.
And it's not even turned yellow yet.
Wow.
No, did the Mister suffer any of the same wounds?
No, he doesn't have. Well, he cut his leg the last time. We did one in Miami a few weeks back, and he cut his leg and crawling. For some reason in Miami, they had gravel under the barbed wire. But no extra charge. No extra charge for the gravel.
Kudos to you. I mean,
Does it change the way you think of me?
I'm scared of you, for
should
real.
be.
And
But
you
I'm
had a
sure
full
he'll like
weekend,
But we didn't
too.
hear about Jamie.
Well, you know, it's the same old, with all the kids. It's the kind of like, your route that you took for Mother's Day. It's really just helping her out. We all pitched in. We all tried to clean. And it's kind of funny because whenever you get 4 boys and a dad to try cleaning, I think we made matters worse around the house. I think she's got to undo what we did. But we tried. It was a group effort. We woke up early. We let her sleep in both days. Maybe by about 20 minutes because everybody's so loud. I tried so hard.
Yeah.
We brought in meals because it's hard. For Mother's Day, everything is so crowded.
It's crowded.
And sometimes it's a little bit easier just to bring something in. The other thing I kind of feel bad too for my wife is that we had soccer games on Saturday and then a football game on Sunday. So again, she kind of takes a back seat to it, the kids, but she loves it. She likes to be out there with the family. So all in all, great Mother's Day, and it's kind of cool. We all kind of celebrated a little bit different. You're obviously active, getting out there, having some bruises, you're taking care of Lisa.
Let me tell you, Father's Day, I'm not running a Spartan race. You will catch me on my couch post.
Oh, boy,
But if you want to run one for me.
I'm trying to think what the dates are because I sent my husband information this morning about Asheville
Yeah.
and the mountains and the
That's
one
a
there.
really pretty area to go to.
So that kind
Yeah.
of stuff sounds fun.
Well, if you're talking about Mother's Day or Father's Day, obviously it comes down to parenting. And this is a unique trend that it just came out, and it's from the U.S. Census report based on fertility. And listen to this trend, okay? So 53% of all women in the United States between 25 and 29 have no kids. So there's a huge shift. And then 30% of women between the ages of 30 and 34, no kids. And a lot of people will say, well, that's because a lot of women, they're going on beyond college, it's their career first, and that would make a lot of sense because you put off the years of having kids. But what it turns out in a study that the New York Post was talking about is what it has to do with is us guys. Us guys, we're pushing it off, and we're not as good as a catch to these women that are getting educations and going on, to grad school and becoming professionals. So what happens is they're on their way to a career, we're not, we're slowing them down. So then when it's time for them to settle down, there's no matches. So isn't that weird? It's a whole shift on the old stereotype of, well, it's career women. They don't want to have a family. That's not it. They're not finding suitable guys that are just playing Sony PlayStation and eating Funyuns.
Our immaturity is showing up.
Yeah.
And this is not meant to be, what was it Jessica said on Friday, Jessica Morgan from Jack's Mom's blog, she said something about, she wasn't man bashing, she said men are simple creatures, and she said that nothing against men, we're just different. And so I want to take that approach. I'm not trying to man bash, but I am going to say it took science and research to figure that out because I have a lot of friends that are single and they will tell you right off the bat it's the guy's fault. We didn't need a study to tell us.
It's interesting because all of my friends that went on beyond college that are either lawyers or doctors, they met their significant other in law school or medical school or grad school. But once you get out to the workforce, I think it gets a little bit harder. And then that's where, again, the stereotype happens. Like, how come you don't have kids? How come you're not married? To women. No one ever asks guys that question.
No.
And then this is the first time it shifted back on the guys. Like, well, there's a lot of guys in their late 20s or 30s that aren't doing anything with their lives, and they're not dad or even marriage material at that. So it's kind of an eye-opener on, a little bit of a reality check. And if I look at my brothers, and it's pretty accurate.
I was pretty late to the party myself, so yeah, I didn't, because prior to our generation, a lot of people got married right out of college. I had a couple of friends, they got married right out of college, and they're still married. Kudos to them, but I was like, no. And so a lot of people are kind of, especially guys, were like, I want to see the world, I want to do this and that. And I'm not going to lie, it took me a while to find a career path that actually gave me a career. So there was that aspect. And it wasn't that I was really immature. So
I have a friend who works on a TV show that has 4 boys. And his wife actually had kind of like a calendar of when she wanted to have kids. So even though this guy and his wife, they were dating when they were 19. She kind of knew when she wanted her kids by.
How close were they?
Pretty accurate because it all went on a marriage date and then kids afterwards, and 2.5 years apart from each kid. So some women are good planners.
Is there anything else on the plan?
No.
Not according to this friend.
Yeah, according to this guy I know.
That's pretty funny.
That's interesting. So, I mean, and if you really think about it, and I have to be on another honesty, it was like, I was a follower in the relationship, you
Well,
know?
I think it goes back to men being simple creatures.
Yeah,
We're like,
it was just like, you
okay.
told me what to do, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the way it worked with you?
Sort of. I mean, I've got a kind of a story, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little risque. But it has to do with my plan.
we like risque stories, Eden.
Usually they're from me. I had a plan of when I was ready to have the girl child, when I wanted to start, you know, trying. And Mr. Kendall threw his shoulder out playing basketball one day. But he was at the basketball. He went to the emergency room. We got home, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Sorry.
Well, you guys obviously worked it out, and it all came together. All right, so speaking of sleep, so Monday, a lot of people are really tired, and it has to do with your Sunday sleep habits, because let's face it, it's really hard for you to get some shut-eye Sunday night because Friday and Saturday.
Well, it's our schedules are all messed up. So there's a new survey out by calm.com saying 23% of people have trouble falling asleep on Sunday night. So it makes it the hardest night, obviously, of the week to fall asleep. So Friday and Saturday late bedtimes don't help the situation any. 8% of people still are failing to fall asleep on Monday night because they're still getting caught up. Maybe they take a nap during the day on Monday to make up for the bad night sleep on Sunday. And then Thursday night is another night that they're pointing to as being hard to sleep. I don't know why that would be, but I have to say that makes perfect sense to me because although many people will ask me, do you automatically wake up early on a Sunday? I could sleep in for hours.
Right.
With
I
no
wish.
problem. And I always take Sunday afternoon naps.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that screws me up completely.
and the thing is, obviously that study's on the individual because it's hard, but whenever you have family or pets, their schedules are messed up. And I always have our 2-year-old toddler seems to always be in our bed. And he does this thing where he will make an H. So Jamie's on one side, my wife, I'm on the other. He's in the middle, but he's like parallel to the wall. And he does something with his like really strong little legs and he just starts pushing me off the bed. And he'll hit my ribs and stuff and he'll wake me up in the middle of the night and then I have to like move him to the side. I mean, it's really tough. So yeah, not only the individual, but also everybody around you.
Yeah, that's so cute though, little H.
Yeah.
Is that affecting any that certain guys' planning that we were talking about?
I don't know. That would definitely put a damper on things.
Well, usually he comes in later at night, like around 3 or 4 when he wakes up. So there could be quality time
Cute,
before
though,
that.
that he comes in and so with his schedule, does that mess you up on the
Oh,
weekends?
totally, yeah. And then all my kids, their schedule goes out the window Friday. Well, I will say this, though, Friday, for some reason, everybody goes to bed a little bit earlier, but they sleep in later if we don't have games. Saturday, they're up all night partying, like a little later than they should. And I think we're just tired and kind of lazy and let it go.
Partying.
Yeah.
What does that mean at 9:30 they're having ice cream?
Yeah, and cereal.
gets
So
that
cereal,
way.
you know, it's funny, cereal's the go-to at 10:30 at night. Like,
Yeah.
we're hungry, and then, you know, cereal it is. But another thing that will keep you up is snoring. And Rance, I hear you snoring at night, and you live about a half mile away from me.
Oh my gosh, yes. I have to apologize to the missus because I have abused her for many, many years. I got it from my dad, and let me tell you, it's a freight train whenever I get to sleep. And I don't even really have to be in a deep sleep. I just make noise. And so there's some options that have been presented that say they could help prevent snoring. One is learning to play the didgeridoo, you know, if you've just got hanging out in your closet right there. It's an instrument traditionally played by indigenous Australians, but it's supposed to help the player practice circular breathing, which is breathing through the nose and breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth at the same time.
I thought you were kidding when you said that. Learn to play the didgeridoo. I thought you were joking.
No, that's an option. They say sew a tennis ball to the back of the shirt. And so I
I've
guess
heard that
that's
one.
so you roll over.
Yeah.
I snore on my side.
bowling
on
ball.
oh my gosh.
You need a bigger one.
Yeah, she needs earplugs and then some. There's another way, Ujjayi breathing.
Oh, Ujjayi breathing from yoga.
See, look at Eden. And what is Ujjayi breathing?
That would be in through the nose, down to here, and out through the nose.
And that produces a hissing sound, and that's
Yeah.
supposed to help strengthen the muscles of the throat, which is usually the cause of some of the snoring.
Sure,
because
yeah.
You're going.
I don't know about compression socks. They got that listed.
I don't get that.
Yeah, that one.
But I would try it in your case, buddy.
I
As soon
don't
as you
like
give us a fair
socks. I
case.
can't sleep in socks. Like, the feet got to be free. This one is kind of dangerous in my mindset. Tongue suction cup. So it sucks your tongue kind of to the roof of the mouth, pulls it toward the front of your mouth during sleep, and it brings the muscles forward.
Yeah, and it opens the airway. So that one makes sense to me.
Yeah. And then there's a neti pot. That's an option.
Maybe if you have allergies at home, that would help to clean if that is the culprit.
That is that. And then electric shock.
Electric shock.
Go straight to that one. I think you should go straight to that one.
Get the one that's going to get the most results right off the top. Now, that could be just a negative reinforcement of the behavior, or it just could be a way, it's like every time you feel that, oh, I need to move.
Or it could be just fun for Lisa. your
Yes,
wife,
yeah.
Because she's stayed up long enough listening to you snore, she could just put a few little.
I think
electrodes
that's a
in it.
segment in the making. I think we should reach out to someone and like, our buddy needs electric shocks while he's sleeping.
Phone
and then,
it in.
Yes,
Ooh.
with a night vision.
I
That would look
actually,
awesome.
I've done the sleep study for sleep apnea twice.
Yeah, do you have a CPAP or a BiPAP?
No, the first time it was at a weird stage, and so I bypassed. And the second time they're like, well, you could do it, but you could try these exercises. So I tried the exercises and then like breathe right strips and all that. Sort of helped, and then of course I got away from it. But yeah, it is on the agenda that I need to start picking these up again.
Well, maybe you have some tips on snoring, and if you want to share them, you can hit us up on Facebook, or always you can send us an email at rivercitylive@wjxt.com.
Or you know what? Maybe capture somebody snoring and send it to us, and we'll air it if you're trying to shame somebody.
Yeah.
A little intervention.
We did this once with my daughter, Chloe, when she was 3 on the radio. She sounded like a freight train like that, and we
That is
played
so
it on
mean.
the radio and made people guess what it was. And they're like, oh man, snoring, this and that. Anyway, finally someone called and said she needs her adenoids and tonsils out, and we took care of it, and that fixed everything. But yeah, she sounded like a grown man.
Maybe I need mine out.
Do you ever wake yourself up?
No, not usually. I mean,
Just other people around you.
I just torture everyone around us. I've got an event coming up, and I'm going to be rolling with a couple of our producer and director, and it worked out perfectly. We have separate rooms.
Very nice.
That was by their design. Well, stick around. We have a lot coming up on River City Live.